Hey, good morning everyone. Robert Foster here at Foster's Custom Steel. In the shop today, I wanted to do a small review on a couple of tools that I have picked up, and I don't endorse them, nor do I get any kind of kickbacks. God knows, ain't nobody paying me for anything except the work I do. One of them is, and these things were probably under $30. This little apparatus here, I've used it once or twice to cut valley tin, and the only holdback was that they call this a plate cutter. Now, unless, I guess this might be 18 gauge aluminum. I don't know if you call that a plate or not, but that's what they're saying it is. Hold on one second. So we got these things running this morning. So I got a few things set up here that I'm going to cut with this plate cutter, but I'll show you how it goes together and stuff. And it takes a battery drill. Hold on one second, let me check to make sure that that is on. That ain't too bad, let's do that right there. It does take a battery drill and some coffee. Yeah, so again, really cheap kind of an apparatus. Make sure it's locked back in like that. And there's several things. When I bought it, I thought, man, this ain't gonna cut squat. This little apparatus here goes onto your handle, which makes it oh so not comfortable. So, and again, getting it on there isn't much easier. You gotta hook that little loop right there. Now, what that does, creates that rolling apparatus. And this, for guys that work in a body shop, car repair work and stuff like that, this is an old car hood. Now I cut this thing out with a plasma torch, I don't know how many years ago. You see what's been burnt up. And I'll get a close-up on this in just a minute if it'll cut it. And yeah, this is probably 22 gauge sheet metal, which is substantial. This is heavier aluminum. And again, I haven't tried it on any of these. And then a piece of valley tin. You guys who do roofing and stuff like that, you'll know, trying to use snips. First of all, they stick. They don't want to cut that great. And you wind up getting sharp, jagged edges that when you find them with your hand, you require stitches. So that's a good place to keep those for right now. Let's see if we can't get a close-up on this while I'm cutting it. Hold on one second. I'll get the camera over here. See what this thing does. All right, so I think that's about as close as I'm going to get. Again, this is automotive sheet metal. I don't know, Chevrolet, Chrysler, it could have been Nissan. Anyway, so one of the problems I'd found is these teeth that drive the mechanism and bite into whatever. Paint gets stuck in there, so you kind of have to keep that wire brushed out. So let's see if this thing will cut. You just stick finger off the trigger, safety. No. Stick the sheet metal right between the roller and the cutter. Hey, that ain't bad, that was on high. Let's put it on low. All right, so I can get pretty good control out of that. And guys, that's automotive sheet metal. Now, of course, it leaves teeth marks, but you can knock those off with a file. So, one of the things I really like, yeah, see it. That still ain't bad. It's gumming up those teeth because it's got paint. So let's go to another sheet of material. And I clamp this down so obvious I don't want to have to try to hold it and cut it. So hold on one second. All right, guys. Now this is actually substantial aluminum. And I bought the stuff. I guess it would be probably 60 thousandths, and that comes down to, if I was ballparking, I'd say 16th, not even quite a 16th. So I didn't do the math. In any case, it's aluminum. You can see the scrap, I use it for a heat shield, keep me from burning up stuff that I'm welding close by. And this is not made to cut curves. I may try one here. It's made to cut straight lines. And that's pretty much, it don't take much. So again, I saw this advertised on Facebook and they called it a plate cutter. You are not cutting plate with this. I consider plate 1/8 inch up to 3/4 and however thick you can get plate steel. This is aluminum. Well, they don't want to cut to the left side because there's a shoulder there that rides on. So it will cut a curve to the right. Let's see if we can mock it or mimic it, trace it, whatever you want to call it. That ain't too bad. Oop. Pushing a little hard, straightening up there, and we're hung on the battery. Okay. You tell me. I have used it. The next piece I cut, and I'll show you, that's actually substantial aluminum. Hold on one second. Hey guys, this is valley tin or roof tin or flashing is what they call it. It's great for putting against the cinder block when you're tarring. Valley tin obviously on a hipped or a valley roof. And I have used it on this, but right now I'm just going to cut random. Now's a great time to reach down there and hit that like button, share these videos, and give me a comment or two. This little guy right so far is not bad. Again, you're not cutting plate, but I'm not even going to bother to clamp that down. I have no affiliation with them, but you know what? It's about 30 bucks. I think it's going to save me some money and get me away from these. Have you ever tried to cut? And I've got 8 pair of these, I'm sure. If you've ever tried to cut, well, long cuts, it's hard to get that nice straight edge. Impossible not to stab your hands, and I am sick of that. So the next tool I'm going to show, and again, that's plate cutter, so I think you can look it up. The next tool I'm going to show you, I have not even unwrapped it yet, so hold on one second. All right, I'll give you the problem, and then I'll give you, hopefully, the solution. When you are doing telescopic steel, this is 16 gauge 3/4 tubing. This is 8 gauge 1-inch tubing. If it wasn't for that weld down inside there, this thing would fit great. And I tell you, it is that close. Now, I have not used this, and just by looking at this, I don't think, if it doesn't work for this, that's pretty crappy, because I'm going to need it for this. I don't know if that belt will fit down in there. So, this is it right here. Some people know these as a Dynafile. This one is called an electric file, I think. They say it's a belt sander, is what the little tag on there says. So I'm going to get this thing hooked up. What I'll do is I'm going to, hold on, get me a cord over here. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, remember to like, share, and comment. You got to hit that bell for notification. Hold on. All right. Again, I got it plugged up. It does not feel like that belt is going to go into there. And this is the size material that I use the most often. And man, if that's the case, you know, it's on the camera. If that's the case, I'm kind of disappointed. It doesn't sound like it's got an enormous amount of power. It appears it is adjustable, so I don't think that matters too much if it don't do the job I need. So let's just see. I'm gonna stick it in there and see what it'll do. One thing I am noticing right off the bat is the belt is slipping. Where it got in there, it is working. So maybe, well, I'll keep trying it on that one, but I want to try it on this larger piece. Now this is, looks like 16 gauge 2-inch tubing, and I'm sure it'll do it because there's no problem getting in there on it. One thing I do notice that the belt wants to slip. The adjustment on it is here. To replace the belt, you do that, pop the belt off, and then pop that back on there. It seems like that spring should be a lot stronger to keep that belt pushed out and not slip on that drive pulley. So let's just see. It has a variable speed. I'll try it on low also, but I don't think this is going to do. Alright, so it deburred the edge, but it didn't do much in there. And this one, oh, that's depressing, because I really need these guys. That's the whole purpose I bought this thing, is I wanted this belt sander slash, called electric file or whatever. And again, this was the cheapest one they make. I didn't want to buy $80 or Dynaphiles are hundreds. All right, you be the judge. This one wasn't bad. It ain't a plate cutter. I'm not terribly impressed with the Dynaphile. Or I won't call it that. You see, that is the way you would have to do this. You'll be here till tomorrow. That's the whole purpose of trying to get this thing to fit. If it had more power, and that was just a little bit smaller. Anyway, guys, I think that's all the time we got on the video. So remember to like, share, and comment. It's kind of important if you want to continue to see this content at my shop. And again, I've got another video coming up on the old home place. I'm going to be going up there this weekend, and actually first of the next week. So anyway,
Just remember to give thanks and have a great day.